Hello, everybody, and welcome to Curse of Strahd, presented by saveVSgames, Candle in a Thunderstorm, session 12. I think I did that right. And I think this is probably somewhere around session 50 overall. I'm just going to call it session 50. And we're heading into the home stretch with like 3 weeks of intense sessions. And then the next week will be the finales. So, uh, we find ourselves in the forests of Barovia. Turn down the. Turn down. Yes. So, we find ourselves in the forests of Barovia at night, just after a strange encounter with some very tiny creatures, quick creatures, gnome-like creatures that seem to have been shrunk in size, smaller than Wenny, much smaller. Uh, they all carried knives. They were all deft with maneuvering these little knives, and they all had quick voices and short, almost like they had no patience at all for anything you guys were doing. They weren't easy to negotiate with, and one of them ran off with Midnight's coin purse at the very end. Cassius had noticed that some of these creatures were escaping and dimension doored away, saving the gem that Midnight had been holding on to. The green gem that was said to contain a spirit of an ancient fey creature, an ancient fey arch being or demigod of sorts that was once some kind of protector of these lands. Midnight, you're not really entirely certain about it any further than that, but you know it's important to the quest in some way. And Krim was taking care of that at some point before, but you don't really know how much of that was dealt with either. So you know this gem is important, and Cassius returning it all of a sudden, unable to return with your coin purse, but able to return with the gem, handed it right over to you, and you were put at somewhat at ease as you bleed from all around. Many cuts on you from these daggers, from these quicklings. It seemed after such a long day with so many things that have happened during your escape from the castle. It's just this is a lot now. You need a long rest. There's a long day ahead of you in which you have to face potentially the worst enemy you've faced here yet. Trying to return this dragon skull to the castle, as you know, it won't be an easy feat. There is ancient magic hidden within this thing still, and as you sit around it in the aura, you can feel it has an aura as well. And Wenny, you have been fighting, and I guess Wenny and Avaray, you both have been fighting this ongoing feeling of dread ever since you left the castle. As the blood from the bite wound marks that you took, the blood inside there seeps ever closer to. It's almost like a slowly moving infection, ever so closer to your heart. And ever you're used to this curse is nothing new, but it's so much more intensified now. It's almost like it is your first night again. You feel the same urges and the same warning signs happening, and you look at Wendy, and it's very clear to you that he's having the same issues. You remember that the first night that you turned, you lost control completely, and you remember like the last thing you remember was feeling like that, and then something set it off, and you were on a hunt. You were running with the wolves. There were other werewolves there, and you were howling with them, and it just everything felt right. You were you had to be satiated with blood before you were able to revert to your old self, regain your composure, and luckily you're able to. You think you're able to do that. You're pretty sure without killing anybody important or anything. You're pretty sure you saw animal fur when you did it. So you have that, but you're not entirely sure how those hours went. So it is concerning to you that Wenny is having this, look, and even yourself, like if that would happen to you again, then what would happen, right? Groza, or I guess Cassius, you came up with this group from Valaki, which is in ruin. The mongrel folk had come down from the mountains of Kresk. They've crossed the lakes and been in from coming in from Lake Zarovich and everything. They've overrun the town where the werewolves haven't already broken through the barricades and everything. These mongrel folk are now stealing children and anything they can, really. They're scavengers and mostly, but they come in hordes. And the town is like half on fire, and it is not a friendly place right now. You were, your post there, your goal there was to try to keep things together as best as possible. I mean, you knew that there were warring houses, warring factions, and that the Vacher family was an on the rise family, and that the Baron Baron Valaki that was running it, his family was a little bit strange, and their son was up to some arcane mischief, but you don't know exactly what happened to them. They fell into ruin somehow. Now the Vacher family is taking control again, and things have kind of gone from bad to worse in the meantime. What little kind of city guard they have is not able to patrol the entire wall, and during the day they don't have enough hours to repair the holes that are happening at night. So it's a very tenuous situation holding the city together right now, and waves of people are evacuating. So then we get to Groza, I guess. Just seeing your companion Sharpbeak downed during that fight with the Quicklings, a dagger in its eye. It obviously hit you hard when you came back with Avari from hunting. You were completely obviously bewildered when the energy from your hand began to awaken Sharpbeak. And so midnight, you're watching this and thinking, like, that's not right. And everybody else is maybe watching this and thinking, what their own thoughts, I guess, as they see that Sharpbeak comes back to some kind of a sentience and starts to kind of look around and growl and everything. And you see him, like, at first, like, be a little bit scared of you, Groza. And then, it wants to smell you, but it's like also kind of shying away and like not sure, looking around and kind of scared a little bit. And so it's just being a little bit tentative. What do you do, Groza?
I just place my hand on his head and I kind of like pull him so he can look at me. And I just tell him, it's okay, friend. We'll find rest when our mission is done. Just relax.
You feel the grumble from within his lungs, like as he growls as you have your hand there, and then all of a sudden, it's your hand that is the enlarged hand that has given him this life back again. It he snaps at it and tears it off and swallows it whole. And your hand is now in Sharpbeak's mouth, and he's chomping away, and it's the green energy is just absorbing into him. And you look down at your hand, and it's leaking like blood, but also green ooze. And you have only one hand to hold your large sword. It becomes awkward, and you have to like place it down for a second, or sheath it, or hold it awkwardly, as you're not sure what this thing's intentions are now. But
or you just drop it.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's up to you. I mean, you just got your hand ripped off, so what do you do?
Ow, rude! See, this is why I told you guys stay away from the beak. He's a biter. Stop it! Stop it!
So,
I'm gonna try to pull my hand away.
Yeah, you have no hand now. It is just a bony stump. The flesh has been kind of torn in half from the palm. There's still some palm, like a palm print, half of it left. But then you look over on the other side, it's just bones, and it's really throbbing, and it hurts quite a lot. It's 18 damage.
Woody's gonna back away from this creature.
And so Sharpbeak just keeps chewing, and some of it drips out, and keeps chewing, and you hear, oh, that's fantastic.
Did Sharpbeak say that?
Yep.
So Groza, kind of like thriving in pain, just stops for a second. It's like, did you just talk?
And it like finishes the last bits of eating your hand. And then yeah, it where's my thing here? Come on. Why won't it let me change this? Sorry. Where are we? There we go. Yeah. So Sharpbeak stands up on hind legs. And says, I don't have long, but this does feel great. So it's like a lady's voice almost, sort of like magically echoing inside of this larger creature. And like you can tell that it almost sounds like there's a lady inside of its stomach that's speaking.
Do I recognize the voice?
You do, in a way. It sounds very familiar to the lady you've been talking to.
My lady, is that you?
Oh, sorry about the hand, dear. And she holds out her hand, and her owl bear hand, and like with feathers, and it's all gruesome now. Not quite looking like Sharpbeak anymore. The feathers are half rotted and necrotic looking, and she's like, I'm not here permanently, just for a moment. Thought I'd stop in and see how things are going.
My lady, stay as long as you need. Things are progressing. We're trying to take the skull back now, and then it should activate the sword.
Very good, very good. I'm sorry to introduce myself like this. Everyone else, but come see me at the temple if you wish. I have gifts for you all. I grow stronger as you do. Together maybe, we can... Oh, yes. And then Sharpie like falls back down onto four, almost like stumbling a little bit, and you hear like a little crunch like a bone popping sound. And he's clearly not the living creature that you knew and loved before. In fact, looks quite a bit meaner in a way. Almost like these, some of its feathers have been magically infused somewhat with this like green flowing necrotic energy. And yeah.
All right, big buddy, just take a rest. You've been through a lot right now. Don't worry about the hand. I'll get over it. I know, buddy. I know, and I just pat him. Just try to keep him calm. Winnie, you might want to step back a little bit. I'm not sure if he's still hungry.
Yeah.
What the hell did I just witness?
You hear a little burp.
Well, apparently my lady decided to pay us a visit.
And what is your lady that makes undead abominations?
I have no clue.
'Cause that ain't right.
Well, maybe not to you people, not from Barovia, but this is like an all-day occurrence. So, pretty much, that priest was talking about the Amber Temple a lot, and I tried to tell him I know a lot about it. He didn't seem interested in it. But the lady is who I struck a deal with to get the powers, you see, well, that I used to have, and I just look at my bony hand.
So your lady is one of the beings from the Amber Temple.
That is correct. She is the one who actually sent me to find you to help you.
Why do I have a feeling your lady might be evil? Just a little bit?
I mean, she brought me back from the dead on more than one occasion, so she can't be that bad.
All of my friends who have died and come back came back very wrong.
That's weird. I come back stronger each time.
Yeah, but you weren't from here, right? Maybe
I
it's
was born
different.
here.
Not you. I'm sorry. When he directs his attention at midnight, you aren't from here though, right? Maybe it's different for the locals.
That's the thing. One of the locals who was from here came back wrong. She was a ranger, and when she died, she was turned to absolute dust, and she somehow came back, and she had black holes for eyes.
Well, one thing.
Avery takes that as her. She's like, I didn't do any of that. My eyes are fine.
No, it was a raven person. Someone who, like a were-raven lady. Melania.
Well,
Perhaps they made
I
a
don't
deal
know.
with the wrong person.
I don't think we can make any assumptions in this land. And frankly, if someone's offering help, why not take it? We can deal with the consequences of that later.
When you are really close to this creature now, and it looks directly at you, and
Uh-oh.
roll a Constitution saving throw to see if you're not startled the fuck out when it stares at you with its dead eyes. Yeah, this thing's terrifying to you right now. You can see it's clearly an atrocity. It is very undead. Very bone-chillingly undead. Standing close to it is pretty terrifying.
I was moving back during the speech, but it was paused, so I couldn't move my character anywhere.
And Jose actually starts to saunter off a little bit, too.
I'll grab this quickling and just like drag it in front of Sharpbeak. Nobody's gonna eat this, right?
Help yourself.
Here you go, buddy. Munch on that. I know, coming back from the dead is hungry work.
He just tears at it. Throws it around.
Fun fact, getting your hand ripped off hurts really bad.
How can you even use your sword anymore? Isn't it too hefty for one hand?
Yeah.
And
But
I
that's
don't
alright.
think
I got a
can-
hand axe.
Your
and
other
I don't
hand
think
is
I can restore body parts.
your other hand is sort of coming back. It's like a child's hand now, though.
Oh, he's got a baby. He's got a
Oh wait,
baby hand.
it's actually growing back.
Oh, you're like a fiddler crab.
Yeah, it's like the size of your head now.
Does this not concern anyone else that undead bear ate his hand, weird lady who was talking all creepy?
Well, I think he ate my hand, so she had the power to talk to us.
Yeah, nothing surprises me here. And as crummy as I feel, and I know what's ahead of me, I'm still not surprised by anything at this place.
And now you're getting
I did
acclimated
not-
to our culture.
I did not mean to be rude, but normally people that have their hand torn off don't go into monologues. They normally, scream and cry a lot.
I have to say that's probably some of the worst pain I ever felt, but like as you see, I don't wear a lot of clothing, so I get scratched a lot. So you kind of get kind of dull to it.
So Cassius is going to go behind Groza and ask a question of Sharpbeak. So, Sharpbeak, how many bites does it take to get to the center of a barbarian?
That was a bad joke. I love it. It was terrible.
Kind of looks confused and does like a little half circle. And I recognize his name.
I mean, with his beak, probably 3. I'd say 3.
If you were smaller.
Yeah, when I shrink back down.
Hey, I picked up this sword on the way out of the castle, but it's not really something I use. Is anybody interested in this?
I like swords.
And I will hand over. How can I share this?
Is it the info button? I think it's like click on it and like info.
There we go.
Sword of the Hoodawada?
The
Sword of parents.
The sword that you got from Rahadin. Rahadin.
Rahadin, that's right.
What type
Oh, this
of
looks like
sword is
fun.
it?
It's a long sword.
Yeah, I can
I
use
would
this
love-
while my baby hand grows back.
I would love to use it, but it's not really my style.
I don't have a magic weapon, but while you're waiting for your hand to grow back, you can use it.
Yeah, I'll borrow it if that's okay. It's still normal size, so it's like a toothpick.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
It's 3 times smaller than a longsword would be on you, but then your hand is regular sized.
Needless to say, this
So-
goes in the right hand.
It goes in the baby hand.
That's amazing.
It goes in the normal one. The left one is the growing back one.
So if you guys are okay with resting now, then
No, I have a question. What are these things? And I hold up another one of the little quicklinks.
Does Winnie recognize them as a cousin species?
you can give me a history check.
Now, I can't remember if Midnight was briefed on what they were exactly when she visited Jenny Greenteeth.
Golly,
You
I'm stinking tonight.
learned a few things. Wenny, you know that they are somewhat akin to your kind, but you've heard like bedtime stories about a cursed species, but you don't know anything really more than that. Must be true.
I will
maybe?
share that, but that's about it. Yeah.
So it's clear they are small. We know that. Good.
However, you know that these things aren't normal creatures that are in the forests. No, they're not from this plane.
Yeah, I've never seen things like this in the woods. Why did it attack?
The only thing I know about them is that I have seen them as minions of Jenny Greenteeth the Hag.
Oh, it's hag stuff. Got it. Okay. I just drop it.
She is a hag my prior group had talked to that was willing to help us if we found all 3 of these specific gems in Barovia to get rid of that weird heart of Strahd we saw in the castle.
Hag stuff. Got it.
And according to the little baby quickling shits, we were taking too long. And they wanted to try and steal the gem back from me.
Did they get it?
Almost. Thanks to our new friend, they didn't.
Nice. Good job.
They did take my money, though. Which doesn't really matter in Barovia anyways.
Yeah.
It's Barovia. What are we gonna do?
Cassius, are you like a bow guy? Are you a sword guy?
Mostly a sword and a dagger.
Nice. Okay, cool. I can work with this.
The only thing I don't understand is how they found me at all. I have an amulet of non-detection. Nothing should be able to track me.
Well, we're not doing a great job of being secretive here. It could be they just came upon you by chance and recognized you.
Maybe.
I mean, this
There's
campfire
not a lot of
is flared
warforges
to
here.
everything around us.
You are a
Maybe.
little squeaky lately.
Squeaky.
Yeah, it's all the rainwater. I think it's getting in between your pauldrons and your shoulder parts.
I just know I need to rest. Those things nearly killed me.
Does anybody
Alright,
want some of this
well-
deer?
Avery will take a chunk of deer and offer to go on first watch.
And for some reason, Winnie is really, like, the raw deer meat looks really, really tasty.
Avery's gonna bring Winnie with her. With like a hunk of deer leg. Like the whole leg.
Maybe,
I mean,
yeah,
I can
some
just cut
bone
it for you
and all.
guys. You don't have to keep taking handfuls. You can just take the whole thing.
Rips it off.
Oh, okay. Okay, calm down, Winnie.
So, should we have any worries about tonight?
Tonight? Tonight, not so much. Tomorrow night might be different.
Yeah, during the full moon, it's going to be fun times.
I will do my best, as already promised, to transition him gracefully and peacefully as possible.
So should I bring this with us tomorrow, the rest of the deer? Or maybe a fresh one?
Tomorrow I would worry more about keeping the rest of the party safe, and I will handle him.
At least
Okay.
on my rest, I can still see if something's trying to come at me.
You may not be able to see it fast enough.
Maybe Silver will dissuade anything from trying to come at me.
That is
Also-
very true, and there's also different spells that can be different spells that I've heard of to protect a little bit more so, but
Not sure if I have any of those, but I got Silver at best.
Yeah, nobody has very many spell slots right now.
Yeah,
I
I'm
have
tapped.
none. There is 0 of almost everything to do with Midnight's anything.
yeah, Avery's fine. That's why she's offering to take first watch.
So who's on for Avery and Winnie?
Winnie,
Me.
yeah.
Okay.
And I will say to hey, keep your eye out for something to kill. Let me know before it gets in here to kill us.
So Sharpbeak will settle in beside wherever Groza goes to rest, and
Right here's fine.
it'll just kind of stare at you. With its
I just
like
keep patting
giant glowing green eyes.
Totally not creepy.
Even in death, you're still my best friend, Sharpie.
Avery, which one is you?
I am.
The one in the back? Question mark.
Wait, where did
Zoom
I go?
in.
I'm up here for some reason.
You were
that's where you
coming
came
back
in on the
from
map.
hunting.
That's right.
Oh, yeah, I was down here. Or I had been down here. It's all good.
Okay, so
Lost myself.
yeah, you guys are on watch together. Cassius, you're taking a rest there.
Sure, I'll take a
Sharpeak,
rest.
you're there. Okay. And Midnight, you're there within the skull. Okay. So, as the fire cackles away, occasionally you hear a pop as an air pocket escapes and a couple embers move around. The smoke goes up into the night, and at some point it joins up with the mists overhead, blocking out the stars and most of the sky. But there is that glow of the moonlight as you both look up at it, and you can tell as the mists pass over it, it's not visible all the time, but when they thin out here and there, you can see that moon is almost fully waxed on, and and it's definitely an unnerving sensation as the beams of light tingle your skin, and you both have that tentative moment of silence between you listening to the fire and listening for the forest, and Avery, you have your smell. So you gotta make me some perception checks for your watch to see how it
Alrighty.
goes. And
We're in woods, just to confirm, right?
you are, yeah.
Okay, cool.
You guys are
My proficiency bonus is
Oh, come on.
off the main path.
Terrible.
It's still a 15.
Yeah, but that's terrible.
Okay. Avery, at one point, you hear a leaf die and fall off of a
a
tree.
perfectly healthy leaf.
She heard a leaf die.
Crinkled and
Just
burned,
dies.
or like goodbye, cruel world, jumped off the branch.
It got tired and sad of being here.
Got depressed.
Barovia.
Just wanted to be recycled.
Same then. No.
No, you're pretty sure that things seem to be pretty quiet for the first couple hours of this thing. If there's anything you want to chat about, you feel pretty confident that you're alone.
So, how bad is this going to be?
You know, I've only experienced it once for my own self. And I have a couple of things that are kind of working against you. One is who technically turned you. Two, at least you're surrounded by friends that will guide you through it and hopefully support you through it and not beat you and starve you within an inch of your life to turn you rabid.
I don't know. One can hope.
I mean, that's a silver lining if I've ever heard one.
Are there any upsides?
Upsides, if you choose to stay here with the community, they're very lovely people. It's an incredible tight-knit community. You know, often they often say that people that you choose to be your family can be a stronger bond than the ones that you're actually born to. And I mean, it's kind of cool that you do get to regenerate some.
That can be helpful in my line of work.
It's been helpful, and she like looks down at like how she was dead and like an hour ago, and she's all like she's bloodied, but she's intact and whole.
Well, yeah, I may not have any choice about staying here, so I'm still not clear exactly how I came to be here in a place that doesn't allow you to leave freely. So, but I'll worry about that once my obligation to these folks ends.
Well, and it might even be something that you could be cured of. I think if you wanted to, or turn back to your previous self. Let's call it a cure. It's not a disease or anything negative necessarily.
Well, I was going to ask, would you cure yourself?
I don't think so. My family, my village, I'm sure, is still intact somewhere, but my mother's been gone for years, and I was out with my father and brothers when we ran into the original pack of werewolves that we were hunting. And then that led me on the course of meeting everyone here.
So you're from here?
Not exactly. We were just out in our normal woods doing our normal monster hunter slaying for hires, and this particular group had been harassing people. Now we know why, but we chased them through mists and somehow ended up here.
So were they were luring people here, or they were looking to increase their numbers?
They were hunting outside of the mists or through the mists.
So they figured out how to leave.
Potentially. Strahd has a teleportation circle that sends him everywhere. I'm sure it goes beyond Barovia.
And are you trying to get out of here? Trying to leave Barovia?
I have ties that keep me here now. I'm sure if I am able to find a way to travel back and forth, that I would like to. But I also have found someone very near and dear to me here, and like I said, the pack is they're wonderful people that deserve to be free of Kirill's reign and Strahd's influences. They deserve more than this. A lot of Barovia deserves more than this.
Well, maybe we can do something about that. I've lost 2 companions here. One I know is gone for good, and the other I can only hope is still alive.
I'm very sorry to hear of your loss.
I mean, you do this kind of work long enough and it happens, but it's never easy. And you never start anything assuming that you're not going to finish it with your group.
How did you come into contact with Midnight in this group?
Well, we were the company I came into Barovia with. Not all of our business is necessarily on the up and up, and I came actually looking for an amulet for a particular group, and I don't even know if I'll even find any leads so far. No, nothing is. I can't get any information, but we'll see. This Amber Temple sounds intriguing. Anyway, we ran into them on the road, and it just seemed. Well, first of all, we were lost, and we entered town. Actually, DM, remind me how we met. Did we meet in town or on the road?
In town on the road.
Yeah. So
In town on a road.
it's been so long ago. I have to look through
The
my
brides
notes.
kind of tracked you. They were
That's
on the
right.
rooftops, and as you entered town, there on the rooftops of the buildings, they pounced down. And
that
Midnight showed up.
That one woman, I don't know. enthralled me or something, and I started attacking my friends and these folks who came to help us. But I knew what I was doing. I could watch it all, but I couldn't control it. It was very disturbing. We just wandered in. I don't know if we crossed some magical path, or I don't know how we came through the mists, but my companion was commenting about how something was not right about the time we realized where we were. So we didn't even have a chance to figure out how to get out before we met with Midnight, and it seemed like maybe she was our best chance of navigating this place because we knew nothing.
Interesting how we both find Midnight kind of similarly.
Really?
Similar. You found me sleeping in a haunted house.
I can't get a read on her.
I think that is normal of a person made of metal.
I think
I liked a boy like that one time. It doesn't really work out.
Made of metal?
Oh, just stony, steely. Hard to read.
Yeah, well,
I think she means the best.
I think she's very mission driven, and that's why I think she's the best chance for my survival. I should learn maybe not to try so many jokes on her.
I wonder if there's someone inside of there. Is it just functioning metalwork? Is there a sentient being inside of there that would understand humor? Or pain, or loss, or happiness, even, really?
Well, I know
all that changes is her eyes.
Yes.
Her, it. How do we even know that she goes by her?
That's true. I've seen what you're talking about.
And it doesn't have, like, metal boobs, right?
Dude, there's no metal boobs.
Okay, just making sure.
It's not of that type of armor.
Okay. I've seen what you're talking about. Automatons. They work with springs or sometimes even small steam motors, but I don't think that's what Midnight is. There's something more there. Seems to be some spark of life in the eyes.
Agreed. But where does that spark of life come from? Something organic?
As curious as I am, I have managed to be polite and not ask. I've got
You don't want to just go pop her open and check it out?
You don't know how tempting that is, but as I said, I'm in a strange place and I need to rely on the help of strangers, and I don't want to cross anybody that I don't have to. I have companions who would have already asked the embarrassing questions and made the embarrassing let's say explorations, and I'm just happy they're not here with us right now.
Friends that you've lost?
Friends that are back home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they didn't even make it on this journey.
As you guys pontificate about that past and start to sort of relax a little bit, you both sort of realize at the same time that things have started to change just a little bit, it seems. Almost like miraculously, in a way. The grass seems to be coming in a little greener around you guys, and all around the whole area here. The trees are a little bit more, like there's even some blossoms on some of the branches, and it sort of looks beautiful at times. Like it is still nighttime now, but it's sort of like an appealing looking area to explore and to be. You can see the waves of the wind in the grass as it like a meadow almost appears in front of you. There's no more forest necessarily. The trees are more sporadic, and just it's a nice meadowy area with a few larger, very leafy trees, and like I said, some blossoms on them even, and you can smell.
Is this illusory?
Well, it
Can I-
definitely wasn't this way before you sat down. Before you started talking, something feels weird, but it like you smell it and you can feel the grass, and it's grass. It's definitely strange.
Is it something that I've experienced before in my previous full moon transformation?
No.
Or is it more like, okay, so it's beyond like even just like what my like heightened senses typically?
Very much so.
I don't like it. I don't like it. Should we wake the others?
I'm going to head to Winnie, and I'm going to
like instead of a rocky foresty area with hard dirt and hard to live on type of soil and everything, you guys are now in a lush, verdant green pasture of flowing
But
grass.
It's still
Oh.
night.
It's still night. There's a nice moon, not quite full yet. It feels like you can smell like blossoms in the air, and it's just very relaxing and wonderful.
Side check? No, it's what? It's okay. Where is this coming? Can I do a nature check or something?
Sure.
It's just happening.
Yeah, I'd like to do a perception check to see if this is like an illusion. If there's an illusory effect, I should be able to pick up on that as a gnome.
It does feel sort of like an illusory effect, but it also has all the reality of reality. So it's like maybe it is real.
Oh. Is this some
Well-
Fae? Is the Fae affecting us?
Not sure. This is very interesting. Don't know if it's necessarily worth waking everybody up for, but it's potentially. Sometimes we just have to take little blessings as they come here, and this is
Sure.
very nice.
My
But I'm
instinct
still
is to
gonna
hide.
cast Protection of Good and Evil on Winnie for the next 10 minutes.
Ooh.
Okay. So when you feel slightly
Trina.
a buzz with some sort of like protection against the tingling of the moonlight on your skin. It's almost like like you got a magical sunscreen just now. But the illusion or the reality
Sunscreen.
that appears in front of you guys is all the same. The grass is still there. You can run your fingers through it. You can see the little seeds of different plants trying to flow through the air to spread their life force in this valley. And it is now like more of a flat, extending in all directions, as far as the eye can see, almost grassy plain. And it's
But wasn't there beforehand. That's what you're. So it went from being rocky to just pastures have opened up in front of us.
It's slowly happening, right? It's like over the course of a few minutes, even things seem to be still changing. And Midnight, you can perceive all of this and everything they've said as well. You've heard.
I listen. Sentry's rest means I listen.
Exactly. So as you're resting with your Sentry's Rest, you're seeing the same thing they are. They're seeing that the wind sort of picks up and blows the grass around, and like it's all very realistic all around you. That you guys are sort of somehow being teleported or something to this other area or whatever.
Sus. Just sus.
Can I expend one of my ranger spell slots to do Primeval Awareness so that I can sense whether there are any aberrations, celestials, dragons, elemental fae, fiends, or undead within 6 miles of us, since we're in the woods, which is my favorite terrain?
You sure can.
That could be helpful.
You're gonna pick up a lot of undead.
Do you have to do something to do that, or is it just an expenditure of dice? Or
I'm going to. It's a on D&D Beyond. It
So you don't have
is
to roll?
Primeval. No, I don't have to roll anything. I just expend a ranger spell slot, and I have several first level spells I can use.
Okay. Still, even after the battle with the werewolf.
Pretty flat. I was a werewolf most of the time.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so yeah, as you pump a spell slot into that, you feel the presence of a creature approaching. From that direction where you felt that presence, you actually see a familiar face approach the camp
Yes.
and come in and land right near you guys.
Yeah.
Does
Prim.
Winnie recognize this?
Oh, it's a bird person.
Maybe not, but Averay definitely does. It is a bird person. It's got black holes for eyes, but it is it looks like Crim.
It's a bird person.
It sort of shambles up through the forest, like almost like deftly, but then like steps on a branch and like, oh, hello, friends.
I know this isn't the right Crim because one of what I was sensing for, and two, the black eyes. I mean, I guess. But
How are my friends all doing now, friends?
Crim, you've changed a little. She's gonna whisper to Winnie to go at least like midnight.
Yes, Crim is powerful monk. Crim is changing all the time. Crim is powerful.
I'm gonna quietly, just real nonchalantly walk away and wake up midnight. And I'm gonna, after I wake her up, start moving towards Groza.
No need to run away from Crim. What is little man doing? Hello, Averay.
Just, hi, Crim. It's fantastic to see you after all this time. He's just going to go wake up midnight, who I'm sure would be thrilled to see you. I'm sure that you haven't even seen them since we took off with the body of those two, and we saw the big bird.
I don't know when
Have you
it's been
seen them
last
since
time.
then?
It's been a long time since Crim's seen you. Crim knows that.
Yeah.
Crim's had a rough
Since we
time.
saw.
Crim went to castle
what's
too.
going on? Which castle?
Castle with evil
Ravenloft.
devil.
When were
Yes.
you there?
Crim went there before Crim went to Yester Hill and started to enact plan. And everything is going according to plan, so Crim needs gem now. So Crim coming for gem. Crim, hope you have gem still.
I am not sure about any gems. Actually, I think this might be the second time I've heard about gems in passing, but I also have just met up with everybody. I'm going to look over my shoulder to see if Midnight's awake yet.
Yes, Crim is
I'm
powerful.
Also,
Crim is powerful, monk.
And I did a 20 insight check against all of this, and
You can
Lake.
see that there is something slightly off about Krim. But it does have undead-looking eyes, and something's definitely off about Krim. So it's hard to pinpoint what that is.
I think I still have like a couple charges of divine sense, since I don't really need that much anymore. It's a little divine sense on a little crimmy, little divine sense on the crim de la crim.
So you do pick up the presence of something that's out of this plane, something that's vibrating with a higher magical energy, higher frequency than it should have.
Crim, so you are back for the gem. What's your plan with the gems? I thought that they all had to go back to somewhere. Actually, I don't even know if I know where they're supposed to be going.
Well, Krim thought that we were going to give gems to the nice lady that we met, but now Krim decided to assault the Yester Hill and then go to the shrines and put gems in shrines. So Krim's changing plans. So Krim is now going to take the gem and finish the job.
What's going on with your eyes, Krim?
Oh, went to temple, talked to lady, and when I died.
Talk to which lady?
Same one that Melina talked to.
Second time someone has mentioned Melina. I don't know her.
Oh. Where
She
have you
often
been?
bring people back? Because one of our current party members apparently has a lady who brings people back from dead and lets them regrow hands.
I'm not sure about much of that. Krim only know that Krim died but came back.
Winnie, did you wake me up?
No, I got over here to back up Avaray. I figured I could I could get you from here.
Wow, Avaray, you are bigger than before.
Yeah, it's also been an interesting time here. Not really sure how much to actually tell Krim. In my mind. Yeah, I don't know if you recall Kirill, but he is no longer a hole on this planet. He did manage to hit me again, and it's been an interesting time, especially so close to the full moon. Hi.
Yes, and Kirill makes you sad.
Kirill makes me sad. Are you going back to Ravenloft? Are you going back to that castle?
No, Krim is going to go and finish off the last gem of windmills, I think.
What are you doing while what is the goal of collecting all of these gems?
Well, Krim thought they were going to go back with everyone to return them to that nice lady in forest, but Jenny Greenteeth. But Krim decided not to do that and talk to spirits inside of gems instead. And now Krim's changed plans, and so we must take. Krim needs gem now.
What do the spirits inside the gems tell you, Krim?
Stop asking so many questions, Avaray.
Well, it's been so long. It's been so long since I've seen my friend. Well, we were friends at one point.
Krim is his friend. We're his friends. Krim will give you a hug. Friends.
Insight check.
But guys kind of gonna like finally just after like kind of just watching this stand up and like take a little step forward?
You can definitely feel Crim twitch a few times while hugging you.
He tweaking.
Thinks you moved, so she moves a little bit. And like,
Oh, Midnight, you're awake finally. Look who's here.
Oh, Midnight, yes. Hello, Midnight. Crim needs gem for finishing mission.
I heard everything that was being discussed, and the gems aren't supposed to go to Yester Hill, Crim.
No, Crim talked to monks, old monks, and now plans have changed.
Plans have changed from making Strahd weaker to something else?
Yes, because plans changed from going into now shrines instead, and not good. I mean, good now.
What's the shrine do, Crim?
The shrines have old powers. Monk powers. Very strong monk powers. Shrines are good. We go to shrines. You give gem, Crim go shrine now. With new team. Crim has new friends. Better friends.
Crim? The gems are supposed to help stop Strahd and make him weaker so we can finally kill him.
That's what they will do at shrines.
So much sus from Crim, just so much sus.
Can Winnie tell if Crib thinks he or she is telling the truth?
What is this? Zone of Truth?
Oh, well, we're about to find out. Avery comes up behind and does Zone of Truth.
Okay.
Did I roll the charisma saving throw for the skull?
Is that a success? A 17? Oh wait, what did I roll? I rolled an 18.
Skull gets a 2. It has to tell the truth.
I have no idea what the DC was for that.
The skull gets a 2.
18.
Nice. 18 plus my mod, which is like Crim's mod.
What'd you say the save was again, Avery?
15. It's 15.
Yeah, so you would know I would have passed.
Yeah,
because
so
he who pala ding dong.
Crim shakes it off a little bit. What you doing? Crim, tell truth all the time.
You have to understand, coming out of nowhere and looking as you do and talking the way that you're talking, you have to forgive our need for caution during these times.
Considering something came here recently and tried to steal it.
Of course. Crim knows that. Crim totally aware of that. That's why Crim going to use monk powers now and go make Strahd weaker with gem. That way Avery can go do what Avery was going to do. And Crim will go attack Windmill with new friends, waiting at Windmill.
Ian, would you say this conversation is loud enough to wake Rosa up?
Yeah,
make a perception check. To
Actually,
see.
DM, I didn't want to interrupt the proceedings, but I did nudge Groza. I did want to nudge Groza when I was over there.
Okay, well then, yeah, you definitely have been awoken by a small bearded gnome friend.
Oh, Wendy, don't kick me in my hand. It hurts.
Sorry, dude.
What is it? What? Ow.
In the baby hand.
it's sensitive.
He kicked my
Is that-
baby hand.
Is that a bird person? Groza will stand up.
This is Crim, Groza.
Cassius, wake up. They're real.
Can Cassius roll a perception check to stay asleep?
Yeah, you could roll
Roll Constitution to stay asleep.
you could roll an insight check or a perception check.
Well, my insight's worse than my perception, so I'll roll that.
He won't
is-
sleep.
You heard bird person, and you just have to look.
Okay, I look and I tell Jose, relax. Stop talking about birds. There's no birds here.
No, Cassius, it's Groza.
Oh,
I know we just met and all, but look, it's that bird people they're talking about.
Jose, you have a last name Groza now?
Wow, what was in that tea, Winnie?
Just chamomile.
Sure won't be tea.
Whatever was at the bottom of my bag.
Maybe I should try some of that chamomile stuff next.
Some of that pipe smoke tea.
Oh, that's my favorite. But Cassius, look, it is an actual bird person.
Yes, Crim is bird. Beautiful bird. Crim is beautiful bird. Does a little pirouette.
I'm baffled. Pirouetting bird.
Seeing as Everett's done everything to discern the truth of the situation, she's just gonna look at Midnight and shrug and basically let it be known that it's her call whether to give the gem up or not.
Where's Melania, Crim?
Crim not know exactly where Melina went. Crim saw her in castle last.
Was it like it's uncomfortably close?
Crim can only see 60 feet now.
Who are these friends of yours, Crim?
What friends? Oh, Crim's new friends. Yes. Crim met Twig person, and Crim met Small One. There's one with hair that's longer hair, and she's pretty beautiful, and Crim don't like, but she's nice.
Crim, do your
And-
wings work?
Yes, Crim has wings, beautiful wings, nice wings.
I mean, yeah, they're pretty nice wings. Wow.
Don't touch. Crim don't like touch.
Just once? I'll touch you with the baby hand.
I have to ask nice Groza.
Can I please touch your feathers with my slowly growing hand?
No. Stay away.
Thank you.
Thank you for asking.
Crim,
Crim.
have you met someone named Helki?
Helki, that's the one. Yes, that's her.
You know Helki?
She's the one. Yes.
Alive?
And she's alive?
Yes.
Where?
Did you meet her?
We were on Yester Hill. Castle. I left Castle. Crim left Castle with Helki. Went to Yester Hill. And started to go into Shrine, and then Crim now come here before coming to next place with Shrine. To get
And you
gem.
said these were monks who told you to get these. Who told you to get the other gem?
Yes, Crim monk, ancient monk.
What type of monk, Crim?
A monk.
Fey monks.
Do you lay eggs?
Yes, Crim does lay eggs.
Does that hurt?
Crim, no comment.
Fair enough.
And Helki
Give
is
Crim
with
gem.
you, and
Crim have work to do. Hurry.
What are you doing at the windmill?
Kill hags. Crim kill.
Tags.
Crim kill that old granny hag, and use gem. Crim needs gem to kill hag.
but won't the gem be expended and no longer useful for ending whatever the weird thing with the Strahd heart?
No, Crim
Is-
is talking to monks now, and monks teaching Crim things. And now Crim is going to change everything.
I like this Crim.
Yes, Crim is great.
Seriously, can I just touch you once?
Groza.
What? Groza, it's a bird person.
No.
It's still a
Midnight,
person.
are we at cross purposes here, or is there any way we can both achieve what we need to do?
I just don't know if putting the gems in this altar will also destroy the Strahd heart. Because that has to be destroyed, or Strahd will be infinitely harder to kill, if even possible, with that thing still active. And
So
it can't be broken by normal weapon means.
Crim doesn't know
we
either.
we don't need to figure this out before we deliver the skull, right?
Crim is here in front of us now.
It needs
And he
to be
seems
figured
like he
out
wants it.
before Strahd is faced, period.
But
Wait,
my
this is your
point
former ally, right?
One of them,
So what's the issue? Give him the gem.
or
Crim
don't.
feels different than last
Crim,
time.
did you die?
Crim died once, yes.
Yeah, see? I mean... And let me guess, you made a deal.
This is the second time.
Yes,
For
Crim
Crim.
died, but has no eyes. Crim died twice now, yes. Twice. That's right.
What if we... Let's finish what we have to do, then we can work with Crim on this.
Well, the thing is, Winnie, is that you can
Crim
either
seems
go
very
ahead
adamant.
and honestly, we can hand it to her willingly. Did I hear that change? That's interesting. That's a whole other story. Or she's just going to monk attack us, and we'll all be paralyzed on the ground for a longer portion than just handing it over. A longer portion of time.
So
Yeah, I don't take my hand group back, so my sword's kind of useless right now.
Crim don't want to fight
So-
with Midnight and old friends. Crim has new friends, but old friends are still good.
And if he's working with Helki,
And we didn't give any prior information on where Helki was.
Do
So
I
we know
do
Helki
I
is with Crim.
Do I know the windmill? That area?
You would know the windmill, yeah. You would know that is where the hag that people in your group have talked about, put together the idea that it might be a hag. That's where she's been staying, and you've overheard from the group, from Mira and stuff in the past before she got separated from you, that she was the one who made the pies. Used to
So
put children
then
into
it's
pies.
not. So then it's not. It wouldn't be necessarily difficult to make plans to meet up between the temple and the windmill.
The windmill is
Or head
actually
towards
very
the
close
windmill.
to you guys right now.
Yeah.
You guys
Then
are
we'll
just like a
plan
couple.
to turn the skull.
It's, the windmill's somewhat on the way.
I'll show you where you are now and where the windmill is. This, I think. So you guys have like a day of travel left before you can get to Argynvost, which is here. And currently you are here, and you can't even see Argynvost. But the windmill is here. So it's like very close to where you are. But it would be something that potentially could take it would be a very difficult battle for you, potentially, to do. Knowing that this lady is so fortified in there, it wouldn't be something that you could just walk away from and be like, oh, well, now we don't need a rest. And you have something you need to do right now. So it would be a distraction for you. Just saying,
no, it was a.
It makes your day a lot harder if you try to do both.
No, I was just seeing with the possibility of planning to meet either in between the two locations or us heading towards the windmill, just to kind of assuage some of Midnight's reservations.
So then, yeah, that's about a couple hours away, and then you go this way, and then you go past Vallaki, which is burning, and then over the bridge, down this way, and up the hill, and that's Argynvostholt. So you got a long day of travel ahead of you tomorrow, and you don't necessarily, you weren't planning on starting with a fight with
when
a
are
hag,
your no, Crim? Your friends, your plan, when do you plan on enacting that? As soon as you get back? Tomorrow night? The night after?
Well,
if you're that close, then
Prim is using monk speeds to travel across now fast, and then go back to friends before fighting a second shrine. Krim's friends went into first shrine, and everything went well, Krim thinks. So now Krim is here.
So what happened at the first shrine?
Krim thinks everything's good now. Hard to tell.
Good with what? How so?
Balance. Tea and monk stuff. Old base spirits happy. Krim do good. You give Jim to Krim.
Krim, if I give you the gem, when you are done with them, what do you plan to do with them?
Krim, leave them in shrines.
So they must stay in the shrine.
Yes.
And these shrines make the Fae happy.
Yes.
Are you able to talk with these Fae, Krim?
Krim don't think so. Krim talk to monks. Old monk spirits. And then Krim decide that it's good to come get another gem. Now. Before too late.
Because as you should know, Krim, Jenny Greenteeth said if we got all the gems, she would break the spell all the hags had cast on Strahd and make him weaker.
Yes, but then Krim decided to go to shrine and put gem in shrine. And now that plan can't happen now. Krim break deal.
So that's why the people that work with Jenny Greenteeth tried to come here and kill me.
Us.
The people who were still at the camp.
Krim would assume that that is correct. Give Krim the gem. Midnight. Krim needs to go.
Something's really off about you, Krim.
Krim is more powerful now.
Krim also feels darker now.
But that's fair
Midnight-
to say of everyone here.
Midnight too bright.
Yeah.
Midnight turn volume down.
The auras don't go off, Krim. The auras
Wait, is
keep
that something you
people
could do
safe.
midnight?
I will not voluntarily ever have these auras go off.
If Krim had
They are
eyes,
protection.
Krim would think you are too bright.
So far, these auras have protected us, Krim.
Yes, well. Now Krim wants to go with Gem to Shrine.
I think you should give it to him. I mean, if he's working with Helki, he's your former ally. I don't see what the issue is.
The issue is there is a 50-50 chance that it goes in the shrine, everything goes fine, but there's also a chance that that heart that we all saw in the castle stays there and Strahd stays strong.
Well, isn't that why we're on our mission? So you get a weapon that makes him less strong?
That heart makes it where my specific type of damage does nothing to him when it should kill him.
Well, I kind of agree with Avery. It kind of looks like he really wants the gem now, and none of us really had strength to fight a strong eyeless bird monk who won't let me touch his feathers.
Yeah, I think
Give Crim gem.
We can plan to meet up afterwards.
said-
They're not that far away.
Avery, he said once the gems go in, they're not coming back out.
Well, yeah.
And the gems need to be given to the hag for her to undo the ritual that has been cast on Strahd for however many millennia this has been going on.
Well,
so. We're talking about two different hags that we're dealing with. One
Yeah.
charged you to collect the gems, and one is working with Crim.
One was working with Crim, and one now decided to not work with Crim anymore because Crim is deciding to not work with Hag. Crim decided to take gem to shrine. Great
The
deal.
hags
For all we know, he's probably doing what you want him to do, and placing these stones back would destroy the heart. We don't know.
Exactly.
you know how to do that? Midnight?
Crim apparently does.
Are we sure that that's not the way to destroy the heart? Is it by putting all these gems back in their altars?
The Jenny Greenteeth wouldn't have sent little gremlins here to kill us if that's how it worked.
Hag isn't going to
They're not gremlins.
tell lies and send creatures to take what they want.
I mean, I kind of see
I
where
s-
Avery's going with this.
When
Why
I
would you
talk-
hire somebody to kill it?
When I
Sorry?
talked to the little creatures, they said I betrayed them, and that's why they were here.
Yes, breaking
Of
a
course.
deal makes sense. That's why they attacked you.
And which is why I didn't know what they meant by broke the deal, because I was still hunting the gems.
Well, not everyone did, so deal got broken. Now you have to give gem to Crim.
I don't see another way around it, Midnight. And if they have a more clear path on the gems, then trust is a fickle thing here. But we've done everything, every spell, every insight, everything to prove that Crim is lying, and it hasn't come to fruition. So if you are as tainted by these lands to murder Crim,
I have no intentions of murdering Crim.
Good.
Crim
Crim
then
does not want to
Crim-
hurt you either. So give Crim gem now, before things have to happen badly. Crim has to go.
exactly. Crim's
We're on
gonna
a
take
time
it
schedule
badly.
ourselves.
Crim's new friends will need Crim to return too, in order to break the deal further and return more gems to shrines.
And if we meet up with them, then Wenny can be reunited with Helki.
Nice gonna kind of look down at Winnie and look around to the rest of the group.
Give me a perception check.
He was just gonna do a dramatic thing, but okay.
You can do that too. Give me the perception check as well.
Roll for dramatics.
Roll for dramatics. Roll badly for dramatics.
Roll for
What?
both
A nat
perception
one?
and dramatics. Dramatic perception check.
Why'd you have to speak?
Okay.
Why must you speak? That was terrible.
No, you are distracted by your own speech. So go ahead.
He wasn't going to be a speech. It was just going to be she's just kind of looking around at all the friends around her, and she'll kind of give out a sigh because she knows this is basically a threat. Give Crim the gem or everyone's going to get hurt. She'll take the gem out of the bag and hold it in her hand and say, "If that heart isn't destroyed, I will be coming back." And she will give Crim the gem.
Yes, come for Crim. Crim will be happy to have any problems dealt with later. Thank you. Krim is leaving.
Krim, please
Yes.
take this note to Helki.
No, thank you.
I'm not a messenger pigeon.
That son of a bitch.
If it makes you feel any better, it's really nothing personal. Crim is a bird. They're very
No, it's
fickle.
personal now.
Mm.
It's personal.
It's great news that now we know where Helki is.
It is.
And not far away from where our end goal is.
I don't feel right about any of this.
I don't know what else you could do.
I
You
don't
did the
think
only
that
thing
was
you
the
can
right
do.
option.
You did the only thing you can do. We need sleep and we need to get on the road. But I will help you track down and murder that piece of shit if they betray us.
That chicken shit.
Because the more he talked, the
Oh,
more
I
it just
get it.
sounded. The more he talked, more she talked, the more it just sounded like she was using the gems to gain power on her own. And it doesn't sound like it's going to do anything to that heart in that castle.
Well, we're going to find out one way or another, I guess.
Yeah, when we go back into the castle and Strahd tries to kill me. And everyone else there.
We'll be all right. Let's get some sleep.
Yeah, it's been about
Yeah,
half the rest period. Whoever's on next can swap out.
What is going on with the Elysian Fields effect? Was
What?
that an effect of Krim approaching?
So
is
yeah,
he-
that actually starts to fade very quickly. In a matter of like 10 minutes, it's gone back to you guys are now in Barovia again, regular Barovia.
Okay.
It didn't fade instantly. It was just slowly the grass that was there starts to wither and turn to old brown crusted ground and rocky dirt that's infertile again. Dead trees crowding up all around you. You're back in the woods.
Could we take a quick break?
Let's do that.
Thank you.
We'll see you guys in. I thought we'd be on the road soon, but the second half of our watch continues. Who's coming on? Who's doing watch next?
I'll do watch
Groza.
next.
Yeah, Groza will do next watch too.
Okay.
Me and Groza.
Groza and Midnight will be up when we get back. See you guys soon. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We are in the middle of our long rest. Just after Prim has left the area, leaving you all with a sense of something interesting just happened. Strange for sure. Midnight, you get a creeping sensation that wasn't a great idea, but at the same time, maybe
Probably
not the
for
worst.
Probably to keep the party alive.
You have other other things on your brain right now than monk stuff, and so it makes sense to let the old party deal with that if they can, right? So your conscience is trying to put you at ease, but your subconscious is still fighting back. Same with you, Avare, and something you guys both knew, Krim, and something just seemed a little bit different than before. But that being said, the effect on the ground passes and everything goes back to normal, and the next watch starts. So who's on the next watch then? I guess it's like the rest of everybody else.
Yeah, it's me at midnight.
Yeah.
So Cassius, you can get up as well if you want to. You
More eyes.
You have the choice if you want to keep resting or not. But you have completed a rest as well. And Midnight, you are now leveled up and your rest is complete. And
Nice.
Groza, you and Sharpbeak are now feeling much stronger as well. You're fully leveled up and your rest is complete as well. So Avery and Wenny hit the hay pretty hard. And yeah, you guys have the campfire to yourselves for a few hours. Make me some perception checks to see
One of us has to get it right.
how you guys are doing on watch. Oh,
Cassius did. I did a 15. He did a 16. The two brain cells are squeezing.
Okay. Well, you're pretty confident, Cassius, that nothing's going to touch you out here. You're far away from Vallaki. You are heading back there tomorrow, but or today now for you, but or in that direction. But you don't have to go into Vallaki, so you don't necessarily have to face your demons there.
So Krum is your old ally, huh?
Yeah. Last I saw him, he was in the castle with me. But
So,
he's different
Can I ask
now.
you a personal question?
Yeah.
Did someone hurt you in the past or something?
What do you mean?
I mean, trust me, as somebody who was born here, I understand it's hard to trust somebody, but it seems like you purposely find reasons not to trust people.
Well, let's see. Krim, the next time I see Krim, I find out he is the reason those tiny gremlins have come here and tried to kill us all. And he comes back with black eyes and says he's using the gems for his own purposes now, and basically threatens us to get it back. So sorry if I do not seem very friendly with someone who has, in a way, threatened this group.
I mean, I wasn't around for the whole conversation, but it was the tail end of it when he was starting to get a little frustrated.
I could tell he was willing to hurt us over that gem. Something felt very wrong with him, and I did not like it.
I am also with Midnight. I don't feel he was very honest, and he did not say the magic word. Please.
He wouldn't even deliver a message to Helki. That's different from the Krim I know. The Krim I know would have at least delivered the message. This Krim is different.
Well,
A
he
lot
died.
different.
Or
And
she died.
And became a lot more evil feeling in the process. That's the best I can put it. Crim did not feel good. My aura was picking up something, and I don't know what it was, but it was not good.
Well, somebody who has died and has come back, it does take something from you. I guess it took more from them the second time, but things aren't the same for me either.
It just
But I
felt
don't
like
think that makes me evil.
It just felt like he was trying to progress his own purposes with the gem. He kept talking about these monks and monk power. It only sounded like it would benefit him and not the whole of this realm by getting rid of Strahd.
They didn't make a mention of a lot of things, so I didn't know them beforehand, but are they always so, like, third person talking?
They always talked in third person, yes.
Interesting. But I mean, if he's working with Helki, I don't think Helki would lead him astray. Oh, he's back.
Did Greg mean to put him back there? Crim goes by she, her.
Thank you, Crim. Apologies.
Thank you,
And there she
pronoun
goes.
Crim. You are appreciated, pronoun Crim.
Crim lays eggs.
Probably should ask her the second time about Winnie's note, but
So do male seahorses. So what's your point?
But, the Crim I knew wouldn't have flat out rejected delivering a note. Something so trivial.
again, it's been a while since you've seen him, and you have no idea what she's been through. I guess you'll see when we do go to the Amber Temple. I'll take you guys there. My lady seems interested in getting to know you guys a little better.
It just seems like every time I take one step forward with progress, I go 5 steps back.
It's not easy overthrowing Strahd. If it was that easy, it would have been done centuries ago.
Yeah, who knows how many other people before us tried.
I mean, you'd have to ask the Vistani. They keep better records and stories than we did in the mountains.
I have no idea about any of the people she was mentioning either. The new companions they found, other than Helki.
Yeah, me neither, but hopefully we'll meet up with them.
Hopefully
Especially
they
for
weren't
poor
lying.
Winnie.
I just hope Crim wasn't lying.
Well, I've already said she did her spell stuff.
The thing about that particular spell is, if you're a strong enough will, you can completely avert it. Because when she did the spell, I was also in the range, and I could have lied in that spell if I wanted to.
Interesting.
The caster knows if your will was strong enough to beat their spell, but that's all they would get out of it if the person was weak enough willed. They would have knew if they were, the spell would have worked.
Gotcha. And Cassius, I told you about the bird people. I didn't think it was true either.
Yeah, it's definitely gives new light to Barovia.
Wait, did one of the people Crim mentioned was your fish friend, right?
I don't think so.
No, I don't believe so. No.
What'd you say his name was?
Cole?
Stone? Cole. That's what it was, Cole. Yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye out for him too.
Who knows if Cole's still alive? I think he was out to go to the Amber Temple the last I saw him.
Well, then I'll know where to find him.
And
I will see this fish person.
If he's still alive, he went alone, so I don't know his chances.
Slim. Very, very slim.
Yeah.
So Midnight, one thing you notice is that your aura as you wake up today. Your aura seems a little bit stronger than it was. It seems that the mist that seems to constantly revolve around you, it's very thin, but it's there and it refracts. It actually, light comes out of little tiny clouds that form. And that's how this aura sort of glows around you. And you feel like the glow is just a little bit brighter today for some reason. And like you do feel like a stronger connection with things. Ooh.
I think the cat stepped on the disconnect button. The cat looked like it was on the computer.
Nice. Well, I'll just do this for a second. So the skull, it seems to hum a little bit more for you today. It seems to that your aura is vibrating it slightly and waking it up again. Something that, like, it almost had a long rest as well, it feels like, and you're now feeling your aura bouncing off of it, almost like a sonar for a bat or something. Not saying you're a bat, but you can definitely
weird.
feel like the aura coming back off of it, right? And inside of it, you hear the faintest sound of the spirit, the celestial spirit that's been aiding you in your quest, gifted to you by whatever powers that be, that give you whatever powers you have. This mount that has been with you midday all this time, it's coming from inside of the skull right now, the sound that you're hearing.
Oh. It's not weird at all.
Almost
What's
just
not
like
weird?
I don't like this, Midnight. Something's not right.
The skull, you can hear something from it again.
Oh, is it talking to you again?
It sounds like Midday's talking from in the skull, but that doesn't sound right. I had to
Your
summon
horse?
Yes. Sounds like Midday coming from inside the skull.
Gross is just gonna look around to see if he can spot Midday.
Midday's got desummoned. Those little gremlins stabbed it.
Oh, I'm sorry for your loss.
It's okay, I can resummon Midday. I don't like having to, but I like having Midday around.
So do I need to stand back for you to do that? Is that what you're going to do?
I'll do that once everyone gets up. It's a 10-minute thing.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right. Well, I'm going to start cutting up some breakfast deer. Do you think I should leave Rennie's rare or raw?
Winnie seems to want more rarer food now that they've been bit. Maybe they would appreciate it.
Put a
I
nice,
guess.
just a little sear on it.
Yeah, I mean, leave it a little bloody, I guess.
Yeah, did you want to... Damn it. Sorry, keep forgetting. You don't eat. You're not a person in there, right?
I mean, I would like to think I'm a person. I just don't need to eat.
No, I mean, like, there's not like a Winnie-sized person operating the armor?
No.
Okay, just checking.
People
Again.
have tried to peek inside to look, but no.
Not gonna lie, when I was pouring the potion on you, I tried to, like, take a look inside to see if there was, like, a little mouth trying to drink, and I didn't see anything, so...
The best you would see would be Mist hiding everything.
Okay. Yeah.
Before I got the cursed armor, whenever I had to switch out any armor plating, Mist would seep out.
Mist. Oh, like hot mist, like steam?
Like Barovia concealing mist. You couldn't
Oh, so
see,
normal mist, got it.
You couldn't see what was past the mist into the armor at all. You would just see
Yes,
mist.
how do you feel about that?
It sounds like a personal problem if mist is seeping out of your body.
I
I
mean,
really don't want to get involved in anyone's personal affairs.
I worship the Lady of the Mist, so to me it makes sense.
As you say that, Midnight, you hear Midday, I don't like this. And the skull almost rattles on the wood where it is. You hear it like rock back and forth a little bit.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I'm staring right at it. Did it just move on its own?
And it sounded like Midday again saying, I don't like this, but getting louder.
Oh, I can't hear that. How's my hand doing?
Yeah, how is the baby hand?
About the size of a spork.
He got his baby hand.
It's unfortunately the same as it was last night. Hasn't grown too much today. It does feel like it needs to strangle something.
Oh no, the baby hand.
One of the quicklings.
They're all dead and limp, and it doesn't seem to have the same effect that you were hoping for, that your hand was hoping for. It's almost like an itch you want to scratch to strangle life out of something.
That's pretty much how I explained it at midnight. It's like I just had this weird urge to just choke this thing.
I'm gonna like turn my attention to the skull that gets more and more like louder and starting to rattle and all this weird shit, and like say in Draconic and in Celestial and in like all the different language I know. Argynvost, are you still in there?
And it does rattle again on the log, back and forth. You see almost like a steam coming out, but it's like half black and half white, half shadow, half mist, and it sort of like rattles the skull back and forth, and then starts to like come out of the cracks here and there, out of the nostrils and out of the bones that are just slightly cracked and missing and deteriorated slightly. All of it sort of seeps this white and black mist, just very slowly, like a tea kettle. You can see the air behind it start to change color, sort of, or start to look like that heat effect.
I immediately grab Winnie by his leg and drag him back.
Thank you.
Wenny, do you wake up?
I hope
Pretty
not.
sure he would.
I guess so.
Grows to get everyone far away from it. I don't know if it's going to expel the energy again.
I didn't see where Avery went.
Avery's in the tent.
Cassius, can you get Avery?
If you were asking out of game, sorry.
You guys are very loud. It's not like I can't hear you.
Every back up.
Skull's doing weird stuff again.
And
Winnie, I'm so sorry. The Skull's doing some weird stuff, buddy. I know I cut some deer for you, but we got a situation.
That's okay.
I might have to touch it again, and it might release energy again, and I don't know if it's going to do it again, so I don't want anyone to get hurt from me touching it yet again.
When I touched it, it hurt, so be careful.
I'm going to, like, raise up my shield and, like, place my hand on, like, the middle of the skull, like, between the eyes.
And when you do, everybody else sees you do that. And then kind of like, wondering what's going to happen next or whatever, right? As you sort of focus on the skull and the feeling and the vibrations that are going on inside of it. But Midnight, as soon as you touch it, you are instantly transported, like, almost like you've snapped up into the clouds above. It's like you have this bird's eye view on everything, but you are also very close to the ground. You're surrounding Barovia right now, and you have this this vertigo feeling. And you see in front of you the skull of the dragon staring right at you. And who are you? Who are you to assume such greatness? Why? a lowly paladin. Why do you assume that you can change things?
Don't assume I can. I want to try. I'm not going to give up either.
I have watched you. You aren't worthy. Everything you do is out of your own self-preservation.
So you think I should let myself die to the creatures here and give up all chances of stopping Strahd altogether?
Yes, Strahd cannot be stopped. You know this.
And I know you're still under the effects of the castle. That's what that black smoke was.
My knights have been trapped for centuries now, all because they believe they could stop him. You are only going to cause more problems.
Returning your skull back to your body will free them and everyone stuck in your castle.
Again, I say, who are you to ask to undergo such an endeavor? I laugh at you, your hubris, mortal.
Like you say, I am just a paladin, but I'm still wanting to try and fix things here. I'm here for a reason, and while I am here, I'm going to try and fix things.
Well, that is delightful to hear, but you are over your head. Would you sentence all of these people you are with to doom, to death, just to have a chance at ending this curse?
If they want to leave, they are free to do so. I will not keep them with me if they do not wish to be with me.
Everyone who follows you will die. That is your fate.
Who are you to say what?
Fate.
Who are you to say what fate is? It's never set in stone.
I am Argynvost. I am the Great Dragon Argynvost.
And would a great dragon give up so easily?
I am not giving up. I am accepting fate. You think you can be more? You think you can be enough?
I can always try, and if anyone who wishes to travel with me wishes to aid me from their own free will, you can always try. There's no point in just letting this be. Someone has to break the cycle.
How is it that you exude such confidence in such darkness? Is it hubris or is it... What's that
I am protected. I am protected by my Lady Ezra, the Lady of the Mists. And if she is with me, I am confident I can do whatever she asks of me.
Her knights came before. They were wanting. They did not turn the tides. What makes you think you are any different?
Maybe I'm not. Maybe you're right. But I'm not going to give up. Can't give up on these people.
Well, I suppose... it's worth a shot. Let's see what you've got. And it settles down again and stops shaking. And you feel it, the vibration on your hand again, all of a sudden in your back, with it on the log and your back by the fire. And like the first sensation is the feeling of your hand on the skull again, and the vibrating feeling dulling out. And the skull is back to being a skull.
Is it exuding those smokes and the mists anymore, or did that calm down as well?
Oh, it's all calmed down, normal again. For the rest of you, it's only been like 2 seconds. She's been putting her hand on the skull. And it like, and then stopped.
Avery's just assuming that this is just whatever stuff, and she's in wolf form asleep.
And I will like quickly take her hand off and back up just like a little bit.
Everything okay over there, Midnight?
How long has it been since I put my hand on that skull?
Like 2 seconds.
I had a full conversation with Argynvost. That was much longer than 2 seconds.
And he's proud of us or something, right? Like we're doing good?
No, I think he's still partially under the depressing influence of that castle. He seemed so resigned. He seemed like to want to give up.
Castle really does suck the life out of you. I guess that it crosses over into the afterlife also.
Well, maybe it'll have a different tune when we get back to Argynvost.
Did he want to talk to you about?
He was questioning why I was even trying to stop Strahd to begin with, why I was even doing this to begin with. How could I think I could even stop Strahd? That I'll die in the process, that fate has been sealed, that anyone who tries to help me stop Strahd's going to die with me.
What a nosy skeleton.
Yeah, to be fair, only 2 of us have died so far.
I don't think fate's concrete. I don't think fate's just set in stone.
Okay, so as you guys uneasily finish this rest, Wenny and Avaray, you had enough time there between resting with Avaray because he didn't really end up fighting, and your current rest before when he pulled you away, you got your long rest in as well. And so everybody got their level up and their long rest. And we can hit the road again if you want.
I would like to take 10 minutes to resummon midday.
Okay.
I miss my horsey.
As you do that too, you notice that it's different than before. It comes out of the skull instead of coming out from
thin air or the runes.
Yeah, a plane beyond or whatever. It comes out of the skull, and Midnight looks a little bit darker than usual. Actually, she is or Midday. Sorry,
I am Midnight.
Yeah, she's just slightly more covered in shadow than before. The skull has had an effect on her spirit, and she comes out and she's, Midnight, I don't like this. Something's wrong.
I know, Midday. The sooner we can get this skull back, I'm sure it'll be fixed.
You can see she's clearly having a fight, an internal struggle, but settles herself and prepares for the road as you tack up. And we'll bring up that. I think we can go back to this map and pretend we're looking at it from the north down again. And then I will also go back to here. Oh, wait, I can't do that yet. 99%. Back to here. Grab these two. Copy. No, copy. Then go back here. And paste. Yeah. Boop. Boop. I don't know where you are in the mix, Cassius, but in the marching order of things, Sharpbeak is also the new Sharpbeak. Sharpbeak 2.0. Sharper Beak.
I like that sharper beak. Keep running sideways.
All right. So you guys are booking it along. As you continue on down this road, you can make me some perception checks. Whoever wants to roll first. Oh. Okay.
There we go.
Sharpbeak and Winnie. Oh, and Avery and Cassius. All right, everybody then. Why not? We'll just do it all at once. Midnight, yeah, it makes sense. You're thinking about other things right now. You got one eye looking backwards.
Wondering why my horse is gray.
Actually,
Is his skull gray?
Actually, this is more what you see when you summon midday this time.
Mm-hmm. I do not own a token with vision in the scene.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, wow.
What's it look like? I'm scared for my horse.
I don't want to ruin the surprise.
I'm scared for my horse. I saw the name of the scene. I'm scared for my horse.
Whoa.
That doesn't look like my horse. My horse is spooked.
Your horse is definitely spooked. It's got these like shadows like crawling around it. Look like somewhat in like almost like twigs, but then they grow and they fall apart again, like tendrils of shadow.
That skull be tainting my horse.
Your horse is definitely saying something's wrong.
Yeah, I don't know if I got anything to remove skull taint.
Still taint. Nice. I don't
Just spell for that.
I don't even know. That should be a spell, yeah. That should be a spell.
Spell of remove skull taint.
Games After Dark.
Yeah, don't ask how you get it.
Alrighty then. So you're riding in the back of this caravan, Wendy and Avray, knowing that tonight will be a full moon. We have about 20 minutes left, I think, before some people have to start. Or do we have an hour and 20 minutes? I don't know. I'm just
Yeah,
wondering.
I got to be done by 10:30 my time.
So we have 20 minutes left. Okay.
Yeah.
20 minutes left, yeah.
So I'll just bring us to the world map then. And because everybody did good perception checks, you're not getting surprised by anything. You do see at one point a couple of creatures off in the bushes that are running towards, running the same way as you, but nobody can identify exactly what they were before they're gone again. They did have unnaturally fast speed, but they were larger than the quicklings. They're not quicklings at all, but they were
Astlings.
They were fast and they were like keeping up with the horses and everything. Humanoid size.
Well, we'll keep an eye on that.
And it's not the first time, the only time you see them. It's a few more times throughout the first few hours of this journey, in the bushes outside, keeping their distance from you. You do pick up
What do they smell like?
these shadowy. Well, okay. What was your perception check?
26.
26. Okay, they smell undead. And Wenny, you probably see, and Cassius as well. You probably see that they are gaunt creatures, thin, and feral, the way they walk and the way they move. You could give me a history check.
I shall.
Or...
Oh, come on.
Or not.
Winnie, that didn't even
Alright.
roll. It just dropped on a 1.
Yeah.
Cassius, you would know these look a lot like vampire spawn
Ugh.
that seem to be following your group from a distance through the bushes. they don't seem to want to engage you at all. And there are more than one group of them that you've spotted, but now you know what they are. At least Cassius does.
I'll relay that message to everybody and tell them what's following.
Winnie gets a shiver.
If we have to fight them, stick close.
Okay, so as you go along here, you go past the area where, or you're about to pass the area where you turn off to go to the old bone grinder windmill. This is like the last chance to go that way if you wanted to at all. This is where you would have assumed Crim would be. No sign of Crim on the road yet as you're traveling, but yeah. Do you want to stop at all, or about an hour in and out, plus whatever time you spend there, and whatever hit points you spend there? It's up to you.
No.
Okay. And so as the caravan continues on, you guys notice that the spawn are nowhere to be seen as you get closer to Vallaki. And as you are passing by the outside of the town, I think that's probably a good place for us to stop. Just basically coming up on the bridge on the other side of town. As Cassius, you get a glimpse from this side. You get this nice view of the whole town. And you can see the few buildings here and there that have fires lit still, where it's a little larger than it should be. A few places where there was a roof and now there isn't, but a lot of the city's still intact. It's not completely run down. The wall is still standing everywhere. It looks like maybe a few spots have been burned away, but new boards and like brand new logs that aren't discolored are installed on those spots. So like the town is held together for the most part, it looks like, at least infrastructure wise. You don't know about sanity wise if the Watcher lady is controlling everything. But if you did want to stop in there, you could let us know and we can go in next week or whatever. But it is kind of another thing that would be a detour and potentially something where you could lose as well as gain. So, but you're close to Argynvost now. You're probably you're in your last stretch of perception checks. Before you start hitting the hill up to the castle, and you'll be able to assault the crypts and return the skull next session if all goes well. So,
he said in an ominous tone.
If all goes well.
Cassius, as you pass by Vallaki, is there anything that comes to mind that you want to share, or anything?
No, I don't think he wants to detour at all. Kind of sense of urgency.
They're mongrel
Do we
folk
see
running
any
around.
signs of the mongrel folk? Yeah.
From a distance like this, no. They
They haven't spread
animalistic.
out into the woods.
You
Yeah,
smell all
right.
kinds of animals around, but that's just normal for the woods, so it's hard to tell what the difference is.
It's not normal smelling a pig in the middle of the woods.
That's true. It's a lot of different smells, though, so it's hard to, it's a city.
Smell like stank.
It's a city, so yeah, you're getting all kinds of smells.
Is there anything
Poor
useful in
nose.
town?
Some of them are
Potions?
cooked pig smell as well. Any potions in town? There's probably, if Avery would know and Midnight would know, there's a potion shop or a arcane
If it's still up.
mixer type shop.
Is it
Herbalist.
worth stopping?
I don't know if it's still
Supply?
I don't know if it's still standing. You must remember, this town has been lit on fire and now ravaged by mongrel folk.
Mongrel folk. What are mongrel folk?
Humanoid animal abominations made by a celestial gone bad?
I'm getting side eyes to Avery. She's not talking about where people, is she?
No, these are literal human and animal parts stitched together and animated.
Ooh.
They were
By
very
celestial combat.
gross. By celestial combat.
Yeah, I don't want to
Because
deal
even
with that.
Barovia contains a pure celestial.
It'd be fun to choke one of those.
It ain't so.
All right. Well, as you guys, as Groza thinks about choking an angel, we will end the session and let you guys ride off into the sunset. It is coming up on that time of getting to dusk in the next few hours, so you guys are feeling the impending doom of the moon as it starts to show itself in the daytime sky. The rushing water of the river here will stop you right on the bridge, so we can come back with a bridge scene. You guys can take a short rest at the river there, and this is actually the same river area where you and Krim were attacked by a giant bird once, Avare. So you might want to find some cover when you're resting, but at the same time, this is a good spot to take a break. So have a good week, everybody. We will be back on Friday for the Valley of Shadows crazy session where they're following a Vulturous spellcaster into the ethereal plane on a blink fly chase. So that's going to be crazy to see that end, and then see what they all figure out how to do to unearth the ancient secrets that are needed in this battle. And then Saturday we go back to Krim and see what's really happening at the Shrine of Argynvost. I will tell you as players that I don't like playing another PC, right? I've often told you guys that I don't like role-playing another person's character. That's something I do willingly. And I didn't today either. That wasn't Krim. Have a good week, guys.
Oh, you
Oh
son of a-
no!
Great.
Ciao for now.
Shit.
Trick or treat.